I said, every 7 years, I'm given a whole other thing to do, and this is what I'm supposed to do. What I'm going to do now is give you an idea of what it is that these enclaves actually get into. What it is that our minds and our bodies and our own consciousness is going to be tested and energized to become. If you have a problem from behind the camera, why doesn't people move over here? Anybody? A lot of room on this side. You know, I see people behind the camera there. Okay? Yeah, no doubt. Anybody have any more water? Is there any more water around that I could have, please? Thank you. Now, point by point, I'm going to reiterate, I'm going to talk about, and you notice what I'm going to speak about is only like 4 pages of accessible notes. Oh, bless your heart. Oh, pom-pom. Oh, this is pomegranate juice. Thank you. This is a summary of topics based on matter as a formula of thought.
Is this it?
No, a little one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What's your name? She wants something to write on?
Oh, there's the little pad, her little pad. This is it. Give thanks. Well, this is so family. You know, it's so. I know you people out there saying, well, it's just so like home. You know. Well, we passed the one little water. You know. That's why I like this kind of thing, and this is why I stress the enclaves, the small cells of consciousness. Now, the matter of reformulating the consciousness of matter is what we're going to be speaking about. And what it is that we are going to be touching upon may at certain points seem to be out of your reach, but it is not, trust me. It is just simply something in the form of words that you have not yet been able to digest or not have been allowed to digest. Understand that the words I'm going to use to describe the places we're going to actually achieve, or the different routes towards the specific areas of consciousness we're going to be speaking about. You know these things deep in your heart. It's a description of you and who you are. So, breaking down each one of the things that I've set down for how we're going to navigate that, we're going to first talk about reformulating the consciousness of matter and the light encoded reality matrix. What does that mean? Well, matter essentially is an agreement. It is the coalescing of specific elements, substructures that come together to agree upon a basic pattern for the manifestation of the intent or the thing that wanted to achieve manifestation. Now, I'm saying things roundabout, just keep up with me. I'm going to break these things down by running through them, and we'll discuss them as we go along. We'll talk about the formative principles of physics, or physical residue, in a dimensional matrix that is accessible only to intellects on higher awareness and frequencies. We'll speak on how matter dissolves into octaves of light. We'll speak on the reality of mind. Mind as a relative reality, but mind as a quantum reality as well. And how is mind sectioned into quantum realities? There is the planetary mind. There is the solar mind. There are galactic minds. And there is the universal mind, which constitutes the one thing that emanates the program that we are presently working out. The universal mind is equal in this present language to what we call the mind of God. Each galaxy has a collective consciousness or mind field that is the aggregation of all the species present in that galaxy. So, each galaxy when you look up into the sky at a specific galaxy through a telescope, you see a radiating signature that constitutes the quantumized field of relative consciousness into a specific coding of awareness. So that galaxy now has a larger imperative based upon the galactic mind, and as it filters down into its apportioned phases, its constructs, its multi-level constructs, you begin to see how that relative reality that is the larger base begins to formulate itself into ever more refined substructures that represent the programming that allows that galaxy to be. Each galaxy is a thought process from the divine mind. Each galaxy has in it the imperative to fulfill what the divine mind was at that time thinking, quote unquote, at the time of the creation of that galaxy. The universal mind creates the initial blueprint or blackprint for each of the galaxies related in its composite consciousness. The initial blueprint creates the disposition or the predisposition of the genetic code seeded within a galaxy. Let me just say this again. Let me say this down, and as we begin to become familiar with the language, our familiarity with the way we construct awareness through words will make it very easy for me to say what I'm saying to you. You'll understand it just like that. We have to become used to a whole new syntax for the relating of consciousness one to another. We have to know a whole new kind of vocabulary because matter is a vocabulary. Reality is a language. Again, the initial blueprint creates the predisposition of the genetic code seeded into a galaxy. So, the initial blueprint of the universal mind creates the field of awareness that becomes the predisposition for all life within that awareness to come to its own realization. Now I'm going to speak of light as a carrier wave. Light itself is a specialized carrier wave of omniscient mind. Light is conditioned by its choice to select itself into self-defined existence. Whoa. Here we go again. Let me say this again. Light is a carrier wave of the omniscient mind, conditioned by its choice. Conditioned by its choice. What was that? Oh. Oh. Okay. Whoa, I didn't even hear that. Light, listen carefully, is a carrier wave of omniscient mind. Light is conditioned by the omniscient mind's choice, listen carefully, to select itself into self-defined existence. Because all things done by God is self-evident and self-perpetual. It self-perpetuates because it is of the self's own mind, of omniscient own mind, that gives permission to itself to exist. Now, when we examine the nature of the higher self, we find that